Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining again and thank you for watching. First and foremost, my apologies for being late this month. I have had an incredibly busy month so far and trying to fit these videos every moment I get. The other thing I wanted to say is I am wanting to express my gratitude for your likes, for your shares, for your subscriptions, for all the comments and all the amazing questions that came my way. I have been actually overwhelmed by the amount of wonderful comments that have come from the October reading, so I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so I'm going to start this reading. This is going to be reading for Gemini for November 2015. I am going to go through the 5 cards first and then do a last card from the angel deck as the final card, what you need to know. Okay, so I'm just going to get started. In a position of now, what we have is sacrifice, and it is in reverse. Okay, this is a major arcana card which signifies major inner work on your part. So I'm going to ask what this is about. And what I'm hearing is sacrifice is part of the process if you're wanting to achieve something that you dearly desire. You're in a situation right now where you feel there is a need to sacrifice something in order to get something that you really want. And what I'm being drawn is to a situation with regards to a relationship. And what I'm feeling is that whoever this applies to, and this is a general reading, whoever this applies to is in a position where they feel like they have to sacrifice something of themselves in order to get something from a situation pertaining to relationship. And what I'm seeing is the feeling of sacrifice is very strong, but I'm getting that there's no need to do that. It's not necessary to sacrifice much of anything at this point. So that's what's happening right now. In a position of past, what you have is called destiny. And it's number 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, so it's a card of new beginnings. So this is where you're coming from. And this is also major arcana cards, which means internal changes on a profound level. And what this tells me is that whatever you're dealing with right now where you feel like you need to sacrifice something is coming from a place of being connected to a situation that feels like it's meant to be. So perhaps this is a situation where you are in a relationship and you've been in this relationship there for quite some time, or you feel this is the relationship that you're looking for long term, and because of that you feel like there's a need for you to sacrifice something of yourself in order to gain something going forward. And what I'm being told is that there is no need to sacrifice, number 1, and number 2, no need to bypass what's important to you in order to get something that you're looking for. Okay, so that's where you're coming from. In a position of near future, what you have is emotional loss, but the card is in reverse. This is also number 5. It deals with emotions. And interestingly enough, I have been talking about relationships so far, and this is talking about love and emotions. But this card is in reverse to me, and 5 is number of changes. So what this tells me is that just because you are going to stand firm in your position, because there's no need to sacrifice, it doesn't mean you're going to lose anything. If anything, you are going to gain. And what I'm hearing is you're going to gain not only that which you're looking for, but also a sense of value and sense of confidence about who you are and how firm you stand in the situation, or how firm the ground is for you in this situation. So this very much feels like you are in a situation where there's a relationship situation going on. This could also pertain to work, but I'm being drawn more towards a relationship. You're in a relationship and you feel that in order for you to get what you need, there is a need for you to sacrifice something or part of yourself. And what Spirit is saying to you is, don't. There's no need to sacrifice who you are and what you want. And as a matter of fact, when you don't, when you stay firm with respect to what you want, you will not only get what you want, but the situation will improve quite drastically for you. Okay? In a position of distant past, what you have is called a new beginning. In a traditional tarot, this is called the Fool. It's also a major arcana card, which also is significant of inner workings or quite a bit of transformation within you. And what this tells me is that this situation is fairly new to you. This is very much a new relationship. This is very much a new relationship in a workplace, a new situation, a situation where it has you emotionally very involved or very connected. And what this tells me is that perhaps you have a tendency to sacrifice who you are in order to get what you want, and that has been a pattern for you in the past. But what they're saying to us is, what they're saying to you is that no more compromising. Not that you can't compromise, because actually compromise is very healthy and necessary. Don't sacrifice the truth within you and who you are in order to get what you want, because if you sacrifice something that's very dear to you, or if you sacrifice a part of yourself, it's not going to work out for you. And what I'm hearing is you will be right back when you started, and I feel this has been a pattern for you. Okay, and this feels very much like it's a new beginning for you on a whole bunch of levels, and there's this very much a feeling of you're starting to come into your own, and you're being tested. You're being tested if you are going to continue what you have done in your past with respect to letting yourself be second, so to speak, and somebody else first, or if you're going to finally get it on a fundamental level and understand that unless you stay true to yourself and don't sacrifice who you are, you're never going to be truly happy with anything or anyone. Okay? I'm not talking about compromising. Compromising is very healthy and very necessary. I'm talking about sacrificing part of who you are because you think it's going to get you something. It never works long term. Never. Okay? So in a position of distant past, what we have is positive movement forward, but it's shown to me in reverse. Okay, and this card is very much significant of the physical aspect of who we are. So this could be monetary, this could be career, and this could also be a relationship. It could also be our health. And what this is saying to me is, it's the same thing. If you sacrifice part of who you are not going to get what you want on any level. Unless you stay true to who you are, you will never truly be happy. So what this reading is saying is, you think you're in a position to sacrifice, or you think you need to sacrifice, but what they're saying to you is, no more sacrificing. You've done this in the past. This has been a behavioral pattern of yours for quite some time, and if you look back, you will notice the pattern. And if you continue doing this, you're not going to be a happy camper, and it's not going to work out. You're not going to be happy with the outcome. Okay, so that's the gist of it. And like I said, this is very much connecting to me with a relationship first and foremost. Secondary, this could very much be work related situation or career, but predominantly it feels to me very much relationship situation. So for your final card from the Angels Tarot, what we have is Archangel Haniel, and it says High Priestess, and it says, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. How very fitting to what just was said within the reading. And basically what Archangel Haniel is saying to you is this. Look, there's a situation before you and there's something you really, really want. You feel this is it. You feel this is the situation, the relationship, the job. You feel that this is you arrived. You've got something that you've been looking for a long time. However, what he's saying to you is, you know what? You got to listen to that intuition, because your intuition is actually quite strong and it has been speaking to you in the past, but you haven't been listening. And because you haven't been listening, you have been following the same pattern over and over again, which is why you're in the same situation once again. You're starting over once again. And what he's saying to you is, listen to that intuition, perhaps for the very first time. Trust it. And think before acting. Consider carefully what you want before acting. What do you want? Do you want to be happy? Or do you want to please somebody because you think that's going to make you happy? Because I'll tell you what, that only works short term. It never, ever, ever works long term, because ultimately, if you don't get what you truly desire, and if you sacrifice that very part of you that is yearning to get something, eventually it's going to come out and it's going to be exactly what you didn't want, and you're going to be faced with the same situation over again. Okay, so to sum it up, consider your feelings and consider your intuition. Put yourself first, stop putting yourself second. And that's not a selfish thing. That is your responsibility. If you keep putting people first, if you keep putting situations first before you over and over and over again, I don't mean occasionally, sometimes that happens. But if you continually move forward with the attitude that you're going to put other people first because by doing that you think you're going to get what you want, you couldn't be more wrong. You're going to arrive at a place where you've been before, probably more than once and probably more than twice, and you're going to be stuck in the same position or in the same boat that you just came from. Okay, so listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, stop sacrificing who you are, and take bold steps to find what you're looking for in a healthier way, other than bypassing your own being and your own needs to please somebody else because you think that's going to make you happy. Okay, this is very much a message of, I want to say it's a bit of a warning. It's not a bad thing. It just says, hey, be careful here, because you might fall into the same trap again, and you really have to examine your patterns here. Okay, so it's a bit of a red flag that says, listen, here's the warning. Before you move forward, think, listen to your intuition. Okay, because that will really serve you well. I hope this makes sense. I would love your comments. Please let me know if you have any questions. And of course, this is a general reading. If you're looking for something more personal that applies specifically to you, please go to my website, which is listed underneath, and I will be happy to give you a reading. Okay, until December, I look forward to seeing you then, and thank you so much again for watching and